Not every Amazon product should be on TikTok Shop, but if your product has these 5 traits, TikTok Shop could be one of the best sales channels for you. And the reason this matters is because a lot of Amazon sellers are looking at TikTok Shop right now and thinking, should I be there? Is it just another shiny object or is it actually worth my time? And the truth is, TikTok Shop can be incredibly powerful, but it's not a magic button. The brands that win are not throwing up a listing and hoping a random video goes viral. More and more brands need to see a real operating system behind TikTok Shop. That means strong listings, creator outreach, creator management, ad campaigns, fulfillment, tracking, and a clear strategy for how the product is going to get discovered and sold. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through 5 signs your Amazon product will sell on TikTok Shop. And by the end, you should have a much clearer idea of whether TikTok Shop is a good fit for your brand or whether you should wait, adjust your offer, and focus it elsewhere first. So let's get into it. The first sign your Amazon product will sell on TikTok Shop is that it has a strong visual demonstration. TikTok is a visual platform, and that matters because we do not have the luxury of selling a product to someone in person. As you know, in a store, the customer can touch it, feel it, hold it, see how heavy it is, look at the packaging, and understand the quality with their own hands. On TikTok Shop, we have to communicate all of that through video. That means your content needs to show the product clearly enough that the viewer understands exactly what they are seeing and exactly what they are buying. We need to show how it works, what problem it solves, and what it looks like from different angles and why it matters. And we have to do that quickly. People have short attention spans on TikTok Shop, so the product needs to be shown in a way that is fast, clear, and entertaining. You cannot take forever to get to the point. You need to demonstrate the product in a way that makes the viewer immediately understand, oh, I get it. I see why someone would buy this. That could be a cleaning product, removing a stain, a beauty product, changing how someone looks or feels, a kitchen gadget, solving an annoying problem, a pet product, making life easier, a fitness product, showing a use case, a home product, creating a visible improvement. The key question is this: can someone understand the value of your product by seeing it in action? Because on Amazon, people are often searching with intent. They type in what they want, compare listings, read reviews, and make a decision. But on TikTok Shop, the sale often starts with discovery. Someone may not even know they want your product until they see it being used in a video. That means the video has to do a lot of the selling. So if your product can be shown from multiple angles, used in different ways, and demonstrated clearly on video, it's usually a strong sign that it might be a good fit for TikTok Shop. The second sign that your Amazon product will sell on TikTok Shop is that it solves a clear problem quickly. The viewer should understand the product's value in seconds. And really, this needs to happen almost immediately, like in the first 3 seconds immediately. The viewer should see a relatable problem or situation that they recognize from their own life. That's usually what stops the scroll. They need to think that happens to me, or I need that, or that can make my life easier. And then, just as quickly, they need to see how the product solves that problem. The sooner they understand the problem and the solution, the better. Because if they do not get it quickly, they are going to keep scrolling. And this is where a lot of Amazon sellers have to adjust their thinking. On Amazon, the buyer may already be searching for the product. They may already know what they want, but on TikTok, you're often interrupting someone's feed. So your content has to create interest fast. A strong TikTok Shop video usually does not start with a long intro, a brand story, or a slow explanation. It starts by showing the pain point, the frustration, the inconvenience, or the desired result. Then the product enters the solution. For example, the video should quickly communicate something like, this is the problem you're dealing with. This is why it's frustrating. And this is how this product makes it easier, faster, cleaner, better, or more convenient. That's the formula. If your product requires a long explanation before someone understands why they should care, TikTok Shop may be more challenging. But if someone can understand the problem and solution within seconds, that's a very strong sign it could perform really well. The third sign that your Amazon product will sell on TikTok is that it has an impulse buy friendly price point. TikTok Shop is built around discovery and in-app buying behavior. And this is important to understand. Most people are not opening TikTok because they're hoping to buy something. They're opening TikTok because they want to be entertained. They want to scroll. They want to laugh. They want to learn something. They want to see something interesting. So when your product shows up in the feed, you're not always capturing someone who is already planning to buy. You're often creating demand in that very moment. That means that the price point matters. A good example is a sauna blanket I once promoted. The company sent it to me and it was like $600. I made a few videos for it, but I quickly realized they were going to have a really hard time selling that on the TikTok Shop. Not because the product was bad, it was awesome, but because people are not randomly scrolling through TikTok hoping for an opportunity to spend $600 on a sauna blanket. That's a big buying decision. It requires more trust, more education, more consideration, and probably more touch points before someone is ready to purchase, unless you already have that brand awareness. But something like a snack, a supplement, a beauty product, a gadget, or a product for a few $100s is usually much more realistic. Those types of products are easier for someone to see and think that looks interesting. I'll try it. Now, higher ticket products can still work, but the strategy has to be different. You need more education, more proof, better retargeting, stronger creator content, and more thoughtful sales processes. But if your product is impulse buy friendly and is priced in a way where someone can discover it, understand it, and buy it without overthinking, it's a strong sign that TikTok Shop could be a good fit. Also, remember, TikTok Shop is not just about the product price. It's about the offer. Can you create a bundle? Can you create a discount? Can you make the offer feel exclusive to TikTok Shop? Can you make someone feel like this is worth trying right now? Amazon sellers are often used to optimizing for search and conversion on Amazon, but on TikTok Shop, you really have to think about the psychology of someone buying because a creator made them want that product in that moment. The fourth sign that your Amazon product will sell on TikTok Shop is that it has a creator friendly angle. Creators need to be able to tell a simple, believable story around your product. That means the product needs to have a big enough market where there are plenty of creators who could naturally make content about it. If only a tiny group of people can use and understand the product, creator outreach becomes much harder. And we've tried that for brands. But if the product is a common lifestyle routine, hobby, problem, or desire, you have a much larger pool of potential creators. And the other thing is that the product needs to be easy for creators to use. It cannot require hours of assembly, complicated installation, or a long learning curve before they can make the video. Creators need to be able to receive the product, pull it out, understand the benefit, use it, and communicate that benefit clearly to the audience. The easier it is for creators to experience the product and tell a believable story around it, the better. Because creators are not just there to hold up the product and say, buy this. They need to be able to show why that matters. They also need to be able to say, here's the problem I had. Here's how the product helped, and here's why I think you might want it to. That means you need to make your product easy for creators to understand, easy for them to use, and easy for them to explain. You also need to think about creator management. Who are the right creators? What type of content do you want? What hooks should they test? What product claims can they make? What should they avoid saying, and what commission structure makes sense? That's what makes the content feel natural instead of forced. And this is where a lot of Amazon sellers need to shift their thinking. And on Amazon, your listing is doing most of the selling. On TikTok Shop, creators can become a major part of the sales engine. Also, are you sending them samples? Are you following up? Are you tracking who is actually driving sales? This is why TikTok Shop is not really hands off unless you have a system or a team managing it. The brands that win are not just waiting for creators to magically find them, they are actively building a creator engine. So if your product has a broad enough market, it's easy to use, and gives creators a simple story to tell, that's a very strong sign it could work well on TikTok Shop. Now, the fifth sign that your Amazon product will sell on TikTok Shop is that you have enough margin to support affiliates, samples, ads, and operations. This is one of the biggest things Amazon sellers need to understand. TikTok Shop used to feel much more organic. A brand could get creators posting videos and that could take off. The sales could come from one organic video. But as TikTok Shop has grown into a larger marketplace and entertainment platform, it's become pay to play, just like all the other marketplaces out there. The brands that are getting the most exposure are often the brands who get the most creator content out into the market and they put ad spend behind the videos that are already working. That's where GMV Max comes in. That is TikTok's version of ads. So instead of relying only on organic videos, brands can take creator content and put that into the TikTok ad system where the platform can help identify the videos that are converting and push more ad spend behind them. So for Amazon sellers, this concept should feel somewhat familiar because you're already understanding PPC. On Amazon, you spend money on ads, you drive traffic to the listing, and you hope that the numbers work out. TikTok Shop is different, but the mindset is similar. You're still investing to get sales and generate returns. The difference is that on TikTok Shop, the creative is a major part of the engine. You're not only just spending money on keywords, you are investing in creator, samples, content, and then ad spend behind the content that performs. That means brands need enough margin to support the channel properly. You may need to send samples to affiliates. For some brands, that could be 50, 100, or even 200 samples every single month. You may also need creator management. You may need an ad budget. You may need someone watching which videos are converting and the creators that are worth continuing with and which content should get more ad spend. The brands that win are usually not the ones hoping for one organic video going viral. The brands that win are the ones building the repeatable system, more creators, more creatives, more testing, more data, and more ad spend behind what works. And that only works if the product has enough margin. If your margins are too thin, you may not have room to send samples, pay commissions, test ad, or build the operating system required to scale. But if you have healthy margins, TikTok Shop can be much more powerful than any other marketplace because you have room to test, optimize, and put behind the real winners. That's how brands are winning on TikTok Shop. So before launching, ask yourself, can we afford to send samples consistently? Can we support affiliate commissions? Can we put ad spend behind winning creator videos? And can we manage the operational side of things, creators, ads, fulfillment, things like that? If the answer is yes, then there's a very strong sign that your Amazon product may be ready for TikTok Shop. So let's recap the 5 signs. Number 1, your product has a strong visual demonstration. If people can quickly see the product working, that's a huge advantage. Number 2, it solves a clear problem quickly. If the viewer understands the value in the first few seconds, you have a much better position. Number 3, it has an impulse buy friendly price point. TikTok Shop works well when the purchase feels easy and low friction. Number 4, it has a creator friendly angle. Creators need to be able to tell a simple, believable story around your product. And number 5, you have enough margin to support affiliate samples, ads, and operations because scaling TikTok Shop usually requires more than just uploading a product and hoping for the best. If you're an Amazon seller and you're not sure whether your product is a fit for TikTok Shop, we help brands evaluate, launch, and scale with a hands-off system for listings, creators, and ads. So if you want help figuring out whether TikTok Shop is right for you and your brand, learn more below. And if you want to keep learning, watch this next video where I break down the biggest mistakes Amazon sellers make when launching on their TikTok Shop. Talk soon.